Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Kongs, and Stuart, we've got a new uniform. We've got a new uniform.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a Strange New Worlds wraparound, green tunic.
Boy, is it green.
What did you think when you first saw it, though?
But I was like, oh, okay. Bold choice. But it's so casual in the episode that it kind of just plays in. But when you compare them side by side, it is genuinely trying to be the same thing, but slightly different. So I give them all the credit for being basically the same thing without too much variation.
It is a little too Delta heavy. I don't know if I like the Delta up top and down below. That being said, I think I remember saying a while ago it would be cool if Kirk had the Delta up there as well. Now that I've seen it, I think it's a little bit overkill. I kind of recant what I said if I did say that because I think I might have said that. Just get rid of the top Delta. I think it would have been better.
I mean, I've never liked they didn't have a delta on Kirk's. It felt so odd, and he stands out in a silly way compared to everyone else. I think it's fine with both because a lot of the angles you only see one, and it makes more logical sense. So I think I'll go and pass. Like, if I had to pick one of the two, I would rather have it with the delta on top as well to kind of make it homogenous, the uniform vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
it really is a it's the same fabric, the same cut, just with a slight tweak to the standard. Whereas Kirk's was more of a distinct. Wow, this is very different. I will say though, I genuinely thought it was a joke when I saw the first picture. I thought it was a Mardi Gras Photoshop because it looks like a sort of a very green. Like I've changed the hue in post because we've seen that before. I mean, every time we get a St Patrick's Day, sorry, we get those Photoshop images, and it's very very green, like
Ah, yes.
really
Well,
green.
it's interesting you say that because the very first scene within the briefing room, literally the first time I was watching it, yeah, you see the pleather or whatever is on the shoulders, and I thought it looked gray. And I'm like, why is there a gray stripe on this green tunic? Well, they're really going outside the box. But then in later scenes with different lighting, it's all green. And I'm like, okay, that's way better. But I don't know if you thought that too.
Hmm.
Just in that first scene, it looked very gray to me just because of the lighting, I guess. Um, but yeah, I didn't like the gray. So I'm glad it wasn't gray. I got to say that.
Yeah, having now watched the episode, the lighting is extremely dependent. Will change the vibe. In dark lighting, the green is nowhere near as obnoxious, and it doesn't. Let's not say it blends in, but it blends in about as much as Kirk's did,
I
and
think it would
that's.
look better on the bridge because of the darker lighting on the bridge, maybe.
I mean, still, it's brighter than some of these scenes I'm scrolling through. So I think in certain lighting, it was a bold choice, but I think it, just like with the first scene, the mock time recreation almost, it's a appreciated, respectful nod because this is their version of it without taking away what the original one was. So I think I'll give him a lot of credit for it. I don't know if he looks good in it per se. It's a lot looser feeling and more wraparoundy. Obviously, literally is, but it's not as crisp. I think Kirk looked better. He has more of a chest for it, I guess.
Mm.
He kind of. I
Well,
don't know.
the one thing Kirk's is cut lower, and he's got the black that's underneath is the same shape. I kind of like the black across like Pike has. I think it looks a little bit more formal than Kirk's. Kirk's kind of feels like 1960s Hugh Hefner vibe going on sometimes. But I get it in the context of this episode. It was great because everybody's on shore leave. The ship's just kind of at station, although Pike is doing formal diplomacy. So. Mm,
He made a choice to wear it. And I agree with you to some extent about the TOS one, although by having the added layers, when he stands in certain ways, it gets loose and sort of bulky, and whereas Kirk is always crisp and line. So they each have different, like Kirk's wraparound, like the way it's wrapped around is so tight with the uniform, you wouldn't like it could just be a one piece to pull over your head just in a weird angle. Whereas Pike's, it kind of you feel the separation points between the fabrics. These aren't complaints; they're just notes of how they flow differently. Um, but it really is, I think, just the fact that it's shot in different color with different cameras and different lighting that it just looks a bit too much. I probably would have muted it maybe 10% in post. Not much, but again, lighting is very very dependent for the thing. But I mean, I know you quite like this uniform, so as like a pure like fan gut reaction, is this one like they brought it back, clap, or more of a not quite as good as the other
mm.
one?
No, it'll get a clap for me for coming back. Yeah, I just wish, honestly, I wish the pleather wasn't there. Like,
That was a weird
it's an
choice.
interesting,
Yeah.
it's an interesting idea. I just don't think the execution worked as well as they might have expected it to. I would have preferred just be all one fabric, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think that's certainly the weakest part of it, but it itself is not take or leave it. The fact that it fits in with their costume style, if it was trying like it's clear it isn't the same wraparound because it's designed enough different. It's this era's version, so it factors in well in just an evolutionary line, and hopefully if this is going to be where things go, we're going to see more things that are of closer ilk than we used to. It was a good sign. And I know it's totally off topic, Stuart, but I want to give him a brief. We didn't mention in the other review, and I was talking to you now. I want to give him big credit for not doing what we thought, having that chapel Spock love scene like in the restaurant. That was purely a
Hmm.
friend thing.
Hmm.
Just like with his uniform, it wasn't as much as it could have been. That was a lot more toned down than it could have been. It was implied to be. So I give him credit for that as well for not doing that choice. Sorry. Side note, want to give him credit.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you thought about the wraparound.
When it
Is
works, it
is
works,
it
Stuart.
yeah? Is it a look you like? Is it have you never liked it even on Kirk? And let us know about the pleather. Whether you think it should be there or not. We want to hear your comments
Yes.
for sure.
Now, when this becomes available in the Chinese market, are you going to want to get one?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Easy answer.
Easy.
You guys can answer that too. Will you get this one if you're able to? But yeah, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and please join us for all these little breakdown videos and live reviews, which we do all the time. So don't miss out.
And support us directly if you can, because we live off this channel as our primary source of income. So any help is appreciated and needed. But a few of you give, so a lot of you can watch for free. But Patreon is a great way, monthly, or join the channel on YouTube, both monthly. Any amount helps, but 5, 10, 15, 20, those are good numbers. Or super chatting via the lives. We discuss any of these topics with you guys, want that interactive communication, and a super chat allows us to keep going and have your voice heard. It's a win-win. And of course, buy merch from down below in the description, the links. Click, buy, be happy. Thanks so much.
That's right. So until next time, he's Commander Cocky.
He's Kevin Foley.
And we're going to wrap our arms around you because we love you, just like Pike's uniform loves him. Bye, everybody.
Bye.